Hello YouTube friends, and welcome back to the Nutrition Review. Thanks for checking out my channel. My name is Stephanie and I am now sitting 10 weeks out from my second bikini competition. So this week I thought I would do something new and channel my inner foodie. Yes, I am on prep, so I thought nothing would be more fitting than to share with you all my favorite egg white recipes. So I will show you some of my go-to breakfasts. Even some of them will be kind of a dessert creation, but all of these I think are prep friendly and will be a great way to get some extra protein for those of you who are not in prep. But to start with, my weekly prep update. So sitting 10 weeks out, I have completed the first 8 weeks of prep and the scale is still moving. The measurements are still trending down, so awesome progress. I've lost almost 9 pounds. So things are looking great. Macros aren't gonna change, cardio's not gonna change, and this is kind of surprising to me because I think my first prep, we steadily chipped away at my macros for like a full 18 weeks. So I'm doing everything I can to keep my steps up, leaving everything at the gym, and hopefully that trend keeps on going. If not, we will either increase cardio or decrease macros, but not worrying about that yet. So without further ado, let's get started with 10 weeks out. Let's get to work. So before we get into some awesome recipes, I thought I would start by saying why I use egg whites. So egg whites in prep are an awesome way to increase your protein intake. They are high volume and they are extremely lean, which means that little egg white carton just contains protein. No fats, no carbs, and you can pretty much add it to anything. So the name of the game is high volume filling foods, and egg whites definitely satisfy that criteria. So here are the starting ingredients to this wonderful omelet that I'm gonna make. I have 125 grams of just egg whites measured out there and a nice little serving of bell peppers, zucchini, and frozen spinach. So that's 25 to 35 grams of each. I'm gonna cook those all together in this pan that's heated up on extremely low. I'm gonna spray it and I'll show you the cooking method. These are, I think, called a French style omelet. Here's the final result, a nice little folded French style omelet. And today I'm gonna top with a little bit of tapatio and Cholula chipotle sauce. So as you can see, a very clean way to add some egg whites, spruce them up in your prep, and have a delicious omelet in the morning. It's lunchtime and I have another bomb egg white recipe for you guys to try out. So today I'm going to make an egg white fried rice cauliflower. Wow, that was a tongue twister. Egg white fried rice. Let's go with that. So this is a recipe that I love to use. I can make it just by itself, or it's awesome to meal prep and actually use as a side throughout the week. So today I am just going to be using egg whites as the source of protein. Feel free to drop a whole egg in there. It adds a great texture and a little bit of fats. But today I'm gonna do just egg whites because I ate a lot of avocado for breakfast. So I will show you what I'm gonna mix up in today's. It is going to be bell pepper, mushrooms, and cauliflower. This recipe also works extremely great if you like onions and broccoli. I didn't have that in the fridge today, so very adaptable and really easy to make. also absolutely delicious. Concludes today's lunch. I did top off the dish with some teriyaki drizzle and everything but the bagel seasoning. I would also like to add that adding a little side of romaine lettuce to this dish really kicks it up a notch. The crunch and the fried rice are an amazing combination, and guys, look how much food this is. Such high volume food, high protein, clean, and delicious. So please give this recipe a like and a thumbs up. Comment below if you try it, and I hope you enjoy. Alrighty, egg white recipe number 3 brought to you by your girl's Sweet Tooth. So this is kind of a dessert egg white recipe. I've also used it for brunch on weekends or a later breakfast when I'm craving something sweet. And it also is very prep friendly, and you can add lots of yummy goodness to it if you're not in prep. But today's is going to be a little lighter of a meal. The base of the crepe is simply going to be egg whites and some baking soda. I'm also going to add a little bit of this Swerve sweetener to it. It's a 0-calorie sweetener that I really like, just to take the egg white flavor out of the crepe itself. So if you're in prep and you can't have sweets or trying to stay away from sugars, feel free to omit this. It's not necessary, but I'm gonna add it because I want a little something sweet today. So inside the crepe, I am going to put some pumpkin puree with a little bit of Walden Farms pancake syrup. It also works really well if you want to put applesauce in the center, but I have pumpkin on hand, so that's what I'm going to use today. And then on the top, I'm simply going to use a mixed nut butter with a little bit of PB Fit. So a very simple recipe, easy to make. I'll show you the steps and then the final macro breakdown. So as you saw, very important to spray your pan very well, because usually you can just flip it nicely, but that didn't happen today. But it still turned out really well. So right here I have some PB Fit with some Walden Farms syrup that I am going to drizzle over the top of this bad boy. Look at that. This is also a really good spice. You can also just use cinnamon, but I have this on hand, so I'm gonna sprinkle some of that on top. Today's topping is going to be some banana. Oh yeah, it's going to be delicious. Look how good that looks. So this is a way to just sweeten up your egg whites a little bit. Today is a little banana pumpkin concoction. And voila, let's see if we can get it to focus a little bit more. Time for our last egg white recipe, and this one is going to be a very light and clean egg white sandwich. So I think it's a great idea to utilize different breads to bring down your carb intake. So today our bread is going to be the lovely rice cake that we're all so fond of in prep. But we are going to spruce it up, add some protein, and it's gonna turn out delicious. So one thing that we can do is actually combine avocado and cottage cheese. This is a great way to reduce the fats. So today I have a little creamy mixture that I'm gonna put on top of the rice cake. And this is about 20 grams of avocado and 25 to 30 grams of cottage cheese. So in addition to egg whites, to up the protein a little bit more, I'm gonna add a few slices of this honey smoked turkey. This will add some great flavor to the egg whites. And today I'm gonna use this meal just before I go to the gym. I think it's a great and quick, easy snack if you need great pre-pump fuel. And right now I have the egg whites cooking in this cute little egg skillet that I love. And this will just be the final layer on top of our egg white sandwich. Next, I want to touch on the difference between eggs and egg whites. So, believe it or not, eggs are actually an incredible source of nutrients. They're what, in the nutrition world, we call a complete protein, which means they are one of the very few proteins which contain all essential amino acids. But while in prep, eliminating eggs altogether is a way that you can reduce your fat intake, because the yolk of the egg is what contains the majority of the fat. That also contains the majority of your nutrients. So personally, I keep eggs in my diet throughout prep. If I do need to lean out some of my fats, I probably won't have an egg every day, but I do at least have a whole egg 2 or 3 times a week. So if you're not in prep, you can just simply put 1 egg in your breakfast in the morning and supplement with egg whites. I know a lot of people don't like using 4 or 5 eggs in the morning because that can be a lot of fat. So the way that I like to do it in the off season is I will make a scramble or an omelet with 1 egg and about 100 to 150 grams of egg whites. So for those of you who are interested, here's a nice little list of all the nutrients and benefits of eating a whole egg. So if you can fit it into your diet, I highly suggest it. I like the benefits of it, and it's a great source of nutrients.